Pangasinan Bangus breeding and hatchery plant in the municipality of Bolinao. Cell phone repair shop raided by authorities. PHILIPPINE monitoring of 400 successive earthquakes in Calamansi. And alcohol and beverage taxes should be increased to prevent diseases, according to World Health Organization. Good evening, I'm Apolinario, 30 Dignadi si Valencia, and this is Philippine Headlines. In Luzon, Pangasinan Bangus breeding and hatchery plant in the municipality of Bolinao. The provincial government is planning to establish the Pangasinan Bangus breeding and hatchery project in Barangay Arnedo, the municipality of Bolinao, to address the shortage in bangus or milkfish, fry production, and stabilize the country's fish supply. Under the Department of Agriculture, Philippine Rural Development Project, the project will be funded with approximately 238.9 million pesos, is expected to benefit up to 40,000 fisher folk from more than 17 municipalities. Based on prospective plan, the project will include a hatchery, broodstock tanks, a pump house, intake pumps, and other supporting facilities. One realized, it will become a first bangus hatchery in the country to be owned and operated by the provincial government. In line with this, the provincial office has already conducted consultations with fisherfolk across the province to gather their views on the project. The proposed Pangasinan Bangus breeding and hatchery project is believed to significantly boost the fishery sector and the aquaculture industry in the province. In Visayas, cell phone repair shop in the city of Cebu raided by authorities. Authorities raided a cell phone repair shop in the city of Cebu on Tuesday, January 20, after receiving information that stolen cell phones were being brought to and disposed of at the establishment. Among the items found at the shop was a cell phone belonging to a nursing student that had been stolen during the Sinulog Festival. In addition, 3 bags containing around 154 cell phones, most of them high-ended brands, were discovered on the upper floor of the repair shop. More than 50 of the recovered cell phones have already been returned to their owners. Police arrested the shop's technician and owner. The suspects will face charges for violating the anti-fencing law. Kilometers. The shock was also felt in some parts of the province of South Cotabato. In Mindanao, the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology's monitoring of 400 successive earthquakes in the municipality of Calamansig, the province of Sultan Kudarat. In an advisory release on social media, the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, or PHIVOLCS, said it recorded 400 successive weak to moderate earthquakes from 10:52 p.m. on January 19 until 1 p.m. on January 21 in vicinity of Calamansig, the province of Sultan Kudarat. The agency reminded the public to practice duck or drop, cover, and hold when an earthquake occurs, and advised residents in coastal areas to be prepared for possible signs of a local tsunami. The public is also urged to stay tuned to DOST PHIVOLCS channels for updates. Meanwhile, classes suspended throughout the entire province of Sultan Kudarat because of the earthquake. Classes in the entire province of Sultan Kudarat have been suspended starting this Thursday, January 22, due to continuing seismic activity, according to a social media post by Governor Dato Pax Ali Mangudadatu. The governor also announced the suspension of work in government offices in the towns of Calamansig, Libak, and Palimbang amid the series of earthquakes on Tuesday. A total of 135 up to 400 earthquakes were plotted with the magnitudes ranging from 1 to 5 to 5.2. Meanwhile, 20 earthquakes were felt by the public and recorded with specific intensities. And also, the situation of several families who evacuated last night, January 21, in Barangay Dumangas Nuevo, the municipality of Calamansig, the province of Sultan Kudarat. Residents from the coastal area evacuated after a preemptive evacuation was implemented to ensure their safety due to seismic activity caused by a magnitude 5.3 earthquake off the coast of Calamansig, Sultan Kudarat. The other news, the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology is set up an interactive exhibit in partnership with the University of Santo Tomas. The OST PHIVOX, in partnership with the University of Santo Tomas or UST through the Facilities Management Office, set up an interactive exhibit at the Quadricentennial Park in UST to reinforce Tomasians' knowledge and skills in preparedness and mitigation measures against earthquake and other natural hazards. Students, faculty, and staff of UST can experience a simulated ground shaking with the earthquake simulator and identify the natural hazards in their localities using the GeoRisk PH platform. The exhibits are up until tomorrow on Friday, January 23 this year. And our business update, alcohol and beverage taxes should be increased to prevent diseases, according to the World Health Organization. The World Health Organization, or WHO, has urged countries to raise taxes on alcohol and sugary drinks to curb the rising incidence of diseases such as obesity, cancer, and diabetes. At least 116 countries impose taxes on sweetened beverages, mostly soda. However, according to WHO, many others high-sugar products such as fruit juices, sweetened milk drinks, and ready-to-drink coffee and tea are still not covered by these taxes. Meanwhile, based on the Global Report on the Use of Alcohol Taxes 2025, at least 167 countries levy taxes on alcoholic beverages, while 12 countries have already banned alcohol. The WHO stressed that cheaper alcohol also contributes to violence, injuries, and various illnesses. An update, preemptive evacuation. Some residents temporarily returned to their homes. This is the current situation in the Barangay Tibuan in the town of Libac, the province of Sultan Kudarat, following the preemptive evacuation conducted yesterday afternoon in the coastal areas of Libac and its neighboring towns in the 2nd District. Most residents remain in the designated evacuation areas, while a few choose to return home temporarily to check on their houses. The LGU has not yet issued an advisory on whether residents are allowed to return to their homes. The Libac Municipal Police Station, together with barangay officials, remains on standby to secure and monitor the area. It can be recalled that early Tuesday morning, January 20, a strong magnitude 5.3 aftershock shook the coastal areas of Calamansig, and intermittent earthquakes have continued up to the present. According to PHIVOX, more than 400 aftershocks have already been recorded over a period of more than 300 days since the main earthquake was logged. Meanwhile, LGU personnel through the MDRRMO and MSWDO continue to monitor the situation and assess the needs of the affected residents. Water, rice, coffee, bread, and canned goods are also on standby to ensure food supplies for the evacuees. Authorities continue to urge and remind everyone to remain vigilant and cautious due to ongoing seismic activity. And that is Philippine Headlines this Thursday, January 22, 2026. I'm Apolinario, 30 Dignadis in Valencia, and this is Salakot Online Broadcasting Network. Good night, Philippines. Ambing kasadya.